It is our custom each year, as part of Itikaf, to invite a practicing medical doctor to advise us on a chosen subject. This will be the third time we are doing this. And today, we are fortunate to have a member of this mosque who will be introduced to you very soon to speak to us or to give us a talk on blood pressure, which is one of the commonest conditions in our communities. I am just introducing the program, and then Brother Muyassir will come and introduce him, and he will translate whatever he says in English into the Bani for us. I pray that, as usual, Allah keeps our company and see us through the program. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother Muyassir.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. As Imam rightly mentioned, we have a medical doctor in our midst. He is one of us. He attended Tamale Secondary School from 1967 to 1974. From there, he proceeded to the Ghana Armed Forces from 1974 to 1996. In fact, he entered the Ghana Armed Forces as a pilot and came out as a medical doctor. And he retired as a colonel. He also pursued postgraduate medical courses in the United States of America, that is USA, and UK. And he also worked with the UN, United Nations. He also worked with UCC Hospital. And when he was working with the UN, his last post was in Indonesia. He worked in Indonesia. And currently, he is a medical staff at the Tamale Central Hospital since 2009. He is also a member of Al-Qudwa Congregational Mosque. He is no less a person than our own father. He is also a brother in faith. He is Dr. Joseph McAli.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
So, Doctor, your audience, your doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, it has to be close.
Yeah, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Yeah, Allah knows best. And the topic,
If it's not, all right.
Yeah, the topic I've decided to talk about is on what most people hear as hypertension or blood pressure. I know everybody here has some idea about blood pressure or hypertension. Hypertension just means high blood pressure. But those things, they're just big words people use. But it doesn't mean anything apart from high pressure. When you say hyper, for those of us who went to the old school with this and Greek and Latin, hyper just means high, that's all. And tension just means pressure. So when you put it together, it's high pressure. Now I decided to talk about this topic because it's very common, and I see people getting into problems, in fact, dying needlessly out of it, just because of lack of knowledge. And I say this because I see it day in, day out. And it's all because people do not have enough knowledge about hypertension. When you talk about pressure, in fact, remove the adjective blood. I always explain by saying, pressure is pressure. We all know what pressure is. We have lorry tire pressure, we have air pressure, we have water pressure, and everything. Pressure is pressure. The other things we call, they are just adjectives. Basically, pressure is pressure. And like I've always told people, it's just for human convenience that we tend to see things as science, these scientific laws and those things. But they are all universal laws which govern everything which Allah has made. So those things, they just happen to be some knowledge we have found out, and then we call them scientific laws. But otherwise, it's Allah's laws of nature. That's how nature should work. Pressure is pressure because whether it's in a human being, it's in a machine, it's in a whatever, pressure remains pressure and will behave as pressure. So,
Doctor, the point is the very Zampa, Simisbo, blood pressure. The yellow Jim do have a level of the Jim do. When the Masha comes up on a Tumala pressure, did not carry yai, necessary retention, did not carry yai, cutting Mahalakama, Hal to lure. Quavan Wama, Utu Pomperle, Bukpatelma, La Pressure Mark of non-Delma, La Tichinama, Bernard Puhanandla, La Pressure Mark of non-Delma. So then not miss and non Purba, the love the Yarama Jen, Cariela, Pressure Assumption of Pompera. So the Riti Yama, them go with the pressure, who experience missing high blood pressure. No Bunyala, I should need to do. The Carrier Labia Zap for a Piazza Pony, now and now is that non Piazza Pony. Among the Toso about Lesson Missy, based on the people big and ticket about some man, but one and listen Mr. Bansom. Now one Mamma him up pony, will now lay the sun on this side of pony.
Yeah, so when we talk about blood pressure, we're just talking about in our bodies. Blood is flowing in our body throughout our body, and it flows with a certain pressure, just like your tap water will flow with a certain pressure, or your football will have a certain air pressure. Now, we all know that if pressure, you overpump your tire, what will happen? It will burst. It's the same thing. So when we talk about blood pressure, people tend to understand that as too much blood, but that's not what it means. It just means the pressure with which your blood is flowing is too much, just like you have overinflated your tire.
Doctor, maybe a blood pressure, name Shimpa, name Shanta, I assume you can see I. The color like it. Doctor, now on the Namnisama, on the Leshimna and Barapuni, on the Shimna and Barapuma, the Malapukata, Nilla Shimba, don't work and down and Barapuni. Those all don't work and Noma, the Chandama, don't date to Susan Kuchana Viganga. Come on, I will book Karayam Shama. Nama didn't look at Chandama Yai. Puruma Yai, the blood pressure, no Pumala, I am Purwale. Kaparapam, Tiama, be up with a Parachi, Kapar Chichama, Tiama, and the blood pressure.
So, when again we talk about blood pressure, people tend to see it as a disease. But when you look at it carefully, you will not call it a disease. It's just part of growing. As everybody grows, everybody will get, your pressure will increase.
Don't tell me the blood pressure, ship to Roma. Ne Shabli Holoman, the carriage to Nama, no got to get it. Then no stand up again, Azura. Nella Jim Durma, Bishim Jumma, the Palanis and Zuru. Doso, Nisa Aikuzura, Ne Anambrama, Pressure, La Pressure Shalom Upuyatoma, Nerva Jampahari.
Yeah, it's just like growing green. If you grow gray hair, it is not sickness. It's just because you are growing, isn't it?
Ne Lukumala, Sapchele Sara, the Sapchele Ya, the Kato Yere, Lama Zoom Pulika Sapchela Yama, the Lampuya Karni Jimpurumago.
But because it doesn't result in sickness, now I will use it to be little.
Nama, then Lanka, the Vampahi Puru Purma, Kasapia Pupaha Puru Purma, to be Yanaka Puru.
With blood pressure, everybody from the age of 45 going, or 40 going for some people, your blood pressure will necessarily go up.
Doctor Nerendena Kai Matapaju Pinai in China, Baby Pina Nanu in China, Natala Hanyale, Ne Anambra, Jumma Anambra Shama, then die, the pressure they are behind.
Now, just like the gray hair I said, if you have gray hair and you want to control it to continue to be black, what do? You can control it by using your poison.
Doctor Kama Puyama, then they not subject years on it, can't jelly, the man to no one that I get it.
The same thing with blood pressure. You want to control it to the normal, it's just a matter of seeing the doctors and they give you drugs to control it.
Those are not the ship to Roma, the Lam Puyerba, the Banapazo, Dito Malaka, Jelan and Barapone, the Sucho Puya, Atro Garantia Doctor.
And this is where we don't understand, and like I'm saying, I see a lot of deaths in the hospital because of lack of knowledge.
Ne woman who can never bump a corner behavior. I should have put a career ship to Roma and Dale. Can they have the rest of the one behavior? I'm not come Karamasuma and check out one behavior.
When the pressure is not controlled, just like the example I gave, if you overpump your tire, it will burst.
Ne Lara. Jim to Roma, the Kabon Puyama, now to Little Surveillanga, no Kumanda, I am practicing, Kapu Panatia, the Marian Mari, the delegation to Roma.
So, when your blood pressure is very high, the same thing happens to the vessels that are carrying the blood, the best.
There is a nation to Roma, Banashima, you put an Bramford, then they encourage the Mai, Kayana subsidiary junction, make our Yana subsidiary junction.
Now, when they burst in the brain, that is what people see. I say the man has got a stroke. And how does it happen? Because the brain, I've always explained to people, from here downwards is like the bucket of an articulator.
Ne kama on polia ne upansha ne zoporma na pole ne sanjao za sana na normala ka polita luau.
This is what is you. It's just that white matter inside the scalp. That is you.
Ne sanzaza kunyara azo sanoma azo pompiel man pobesha poma ne sanzaza kubalama.
If it were possible to exchange heads and they put my head on his and brought his head on mine, I would be him and he would be me.
Doctor Nina to Catata sorry. Let me hear one doctor sometimes you were also. Can you have a sometimes Doctor you were also? Not only you moving poor Lima.
I'm saying this because it is the brain has been made in such a way that it is the one that controls everything of your life, whatever you are doing.
Doctor Roger ne at Supuma, don't put it down, get a camp, don't go down, no, yet, or shell comes out.
Every part of the brain has a specific